This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. Before I start this video, I would like to give a shout out to my sponsor, catbeast.com. Catbeast.com is your one-stop shop for custom snapbacks made from people all around the world. You can design your own custom hats, snapbacks, beanies, and finding other great designs that suits your fitting. Now on to the video. 2023. Hopefully by now, you finally write the correct year in the calendar for school headings. Another year older, hopefully wiser, happier, and smarter, LeBron James continues to fight Father Time with the best of his abilities. The 38-year-old still considered one of the game's premier players, while Steph Curry slowly creeping to 35, Kevin Durant's 34. Appreciate the all-time greats when they're still performing at an insane level. A couple role players who's only been in the league for a few years, already in their 30s, while some in the NBA for over a decade still in their 20s. How's that even possible? We'll take a look, starting with the players older than expected. Jae'Sean of the Houston Rockets, age 27, many thought he was 23 or 24, a name many started to hear about a year ago. The 6'4" forward, now in his third season, many stopped watching the Rockets after the departure of James Harden, started first 2 seasons, an 11-5 guy, spent 4 seasons at The Ohio State, undrafted 2018, went overseas in Belgium, then to the NBL, guaranteed money till after 2024. Yuta Watanabe of the Brooklyn Nets, age 28, a fan favorite, relentless hard worker, plays the game with passion, sets good examples for his not so hardworking teammates. Born October 13, 1994, already his 5th season after spending limited minutes with Memphis and Toronto, shooting an incredible 48% from deep first half of the season, came a very long way after being remembered for getting dunked on by Anthony Edwards, will be a free agent after the season. Malcolm Brogdon, age 30, some might think he's 27, but was already 24 most of his rookie year. Stayed 4 years at Virginia, very efficient floor general, finding his groove with Boston, much needed facilitator that could get his team over the hump, 6-man candidate, paid over $22 million each season till 2025. He'll be nearly 33 by the time his contract's up. Duncan Robinson, 28 turning 29, he's not 24 or 25, already his 5th year. It seemed like he aged 5 years faster since getting that fat contract. Turns 29 April 22nd, around the first week of the postseason. So much for a mediocre 7 points a game, under 37% from the field, paid till 2026. Ouch. Will be 32 after his contract ends. If the Heat don't end up trading him, things will get painful. Chris Duarte, many might think he's somewhat in the 21 to 23 range, but already 25, mostly comes off the bench, older than Brandon Ingram, regressed this season. His rookie year might have been his peak, a team option for the next 2 seasons, lost his starting spot. Many question whether he goes elsewhere and if his Pacer days coming to an end. Devontae Graham turns 28 February 22nd. The former second rounder, super limited, high volume shot taker, doesn't fit in New Orleans system, deep on the bench, just 5 points a game, more of a 2 guard but undersized. In the middle of his 4-year $47 million deal, some believe he had his Linsanity type run for the empty stats Hornets. His 18.2 point average in 2020 feels like ages ago. Matt Ryan, 25 turning 26 April 17. After the back-to-back half-court shot making from fans, Genie needed to cut someone and save some money, and Ryan the victim. After a game for the 2022 Celtics, then waived, the most famous NBA DoorDash driver didn't know if his basketball career would ever materialize. Around 23 years old when delivering food for extra cash, grinded out, already has his signature Laker moment. Waived, then 6 days later picked up by Minnesota, played for 3 different colleges. Regardless whether he be a long-term NBA player, his work and preparation already came a long way. Javon Carter, 27, already the 6'1", 200-pound built like Baron Davis, tough on D, great glue guy, started most games for the Bucks, already his 5th season. Much of an unknown with Memphis, Phoenix, and Brooklyn, should be in the prime of his career. The former 32nd pick in the 2018 draft got his defensive grit from the famous Bob Huggins press style of play. Cam Johnson, turning 27 March 3rd. It seemed like yesterday he was drafted 11 overall in the Zion draft, who Phoenix traded for. Very established in his role at 14 points a game, pretty much is who he is at this point, a great rotational piece. But his team's peak has sailed. The 6'8" power forward simply overwhelmed when guarding Luka. Toscano-Anderson, 29 years old, will actually turn 30 April 10th, his very first year in the league in the 2019-20 season. 13 games with Golden State, older than Steven Adams and Andre Drummond. Shocking! Last played at Marquette 2015, played overseas in G League before earning a 3-year deal with Golden State. His contract converted full-time May 2021. Although he don't play much, being able to make some noise in the NBA when many guys who would take his route after being undrafted never get a chance to play a single minute in the most prestigious basketball league in the world. Jock Landale of the Phoenix Suns, 27. His second season, the 6'11", 260-pound center actually played 54 games for San Antonio last season. Gary Payton II, already 30. His peak might have already sailed, limited due to injuries, got his bag already in his 7th NBA season, earned his way being a crucial rotational player for champion Golden State after underwhelming with the Bucks, Lakers, and Wizards, waived several times but continued to work his way up. The improvement he made over the last several years, truly remarkable. And Seth Curry, already 32, feels more like 28. Kenrich Williams, 28 of the OKC Thunder, his 5th season, started with New Orleans, played for TCU, undrafted in 2018, came a long way, but he healed, 30, not 25 or even 28, after an insane collegiate season. His old age of 23, part of the main reasons why he was in the top 5 pick. A finished product, streaky, terrific outside shooting, draws plenty of J.R. Smith-like similarities without the athleticism, questionable decision making, only a 3-point specialist who can play ISO, pretty much a role player nonetheless. Chris Boucher, 30, what the hell? Just 2 seasons ago, appeared to be one of the bright young big men, but already past the prime age of an average player. Still decent, post numbers of under 10 and 6 off the bench, a 6'9" power forward. The former 2-time champ won titles at age 25 and 26, signed a 3-year deal worth 35, seems about fair. When he plays hard, has value. Thanasis Antetokounmpo, the older brother of Giannis, already 30, born July 18, 1992, very deep on the bench, will probably remain with the Bucks as long as younger brother, the face of the franchise, limited playing time. Some think he might be 28 or maybe think he's younger than Giannis, but already past the prime age of many NBA players. Sam Hauser, age 25, older than Grant Williams and Jason Tatum, played in college forever. For those who follow the NCAA, not surprised by Sam's age. 5 full seasons in college, 2nd NBA season, a solid bench guy who can shoot the 3 a bit, has helped the C's a lot early part of the year on a cheap contract, making around $2 million each of the next 2 seasons. Honorable mentions Garrison Matthews, Austin Reeves, Ishrain Wright of the Phoenix Suns, age 28, just his 2nd season, played overseas for 3 years after being undrafted out of Baylor, certainly looks older than his age for sure. Now on to players younger than expected. Andre Drummond, age 29, an absolute travesty. Many swore to believe he's 34 or 35. Seems like he was with the Pistons for a full decade in what's supposed to be his prime age, starting out his career as a journeyman years ago. Will occasionally have some nice dunks and rebounding highlights, but does not move the needle, doesn't adapt to today's NBA given his lack of skill set, questionable motor, from having rebounding records, being the 2nd youngest ever to grab 5,000, then being talked about in the trade block again. His last hope as a decent player was viewed as the 2021 savior of the Lakers, only to become the biggest meme in franchise history. Everywhere he goes, more negative surrounding the team's lack of playoff wins than actual winning results. I'd be shocked if Drummond sticks around after 32, being a minimum guy. Bismack Biyombo, 30, not 40. Many likely think he's closer to 40. Still in the NBA, rejuvenated himself with Phoenix last season, a 4-4 guy. Remember being overpaid with Charlotte, absolutely looking like this is likely his final NBA season. One of those guys 5 years from now will remember he'll be out the league for a few years and be like, wait a minute, he's still only 35? Kevon Looney of the Golden State Warriors, still only 26. That is correct. February 6th, he'll finally be 27. Even Warrior fans think he's 30, given how he looks, but was just 19-year-old as a rookie for the 73-win team, plays his very best basketball last postseason, could be one of those Udonis Haslem Miami franchise type role players who'll stick around for a long time and become more vocal on the bench when he ages, under contract till 2025, where he will be the oldest looking player that's still in his 20s then. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, only 29, looks more like 32, will finally be 30 February 18. Solid two-way starter at the 2, terrific 3-and-D type, most known as the Lakers' third best player in the bubble run. If KCP can help the Nuggets win a title, being one of the 5 key pieces, he'll be remembered having a Danny Green caliber career. Has a player option for 2025. Wouldn't be shocked if he's given another solid contract. Steven Adams, age 29, the New Zealander continues to prove why he's the strongest player in the league. Many thought he's been dirty for 5 years now. The youngest of 18 children doesn't turn dirty till July 20th, averaging the most rebounds of his career, doesn't need to put up numbers, but does all the little things, sets hard screens, an annoying strong presence to deal with, a fully grown man since making his NBA debut in 2012. Steven clearly has a youth problem, still remains one of the most beloved players by the fans and teammates, also easily the most feared player by opponents. If there's one player every guy in the league don't want to mess with, the majority of players easily go with big strong Steven Adams. Harrison Barnes, 30, who's been an NBA vet for a while, quietly having himself a solid career as a non-all-star, about to make the playoffs for the first time since playing with Golden State. A career 14-point scorer, will be free agent 2023, already gotten paid about $150 million and counting. Many feel he's probably Steph Curry's age, but Steph turns 35 before Harrison turns 31. Markelle Fultz, only 24, the former first overall pick started out at 19, career disappointingly battered by injuries, already his 6th full season, but still played the amount of games less than 2 full years combined, looking like he'll be a solid point guard if he could get his outside shooting back, which made him lethal in college. Still a chance at becoming an all-star, under contract until he's 27. The next few years extremely crucial, a defining time that can either make him or break him. Serge Ibaka's only 33, some probably think he's 37, 38, or 43. Unhappy with the Bucks, a shell of himself ever since his back injuries with the Clippers. 2020 really Ibaka's last great season. The fact that he was defensive first teamer over a decade ago in his defensive and athletic prime between the ages of 22 to 25, then regressing, all of a sudden becoming a solid stretch 5, 2 absolute different phrases, 2 totally different players. His age continues to get speculated to this day, even by his former teammate. Otto Porter, 29, what the heck? He's not 33 yet? One of the most forgotten top 3 picks. After Washington paid him the max, he stopped being a good player. Now super injury prone, looks like he'll be out the league in a year or 2. Decent rotational bench guy for the champion Warriors, from having one of the strangest career earnings after his rookie deal, made between 24 to 29 million from 2018 to 21, to all of a sudden the minimum at age 28, to now a below average rotational player, amount 6 million and 6.3 mil for next season. Porter Jr. owes Wall a ton of credit for making him look better than he is and for that fat contract. Derek Favors finished a 10-day with the Hawks, still an active free agent. Many think he might be closer to Udonis Haslem age, but closer to Embiid's. Favors 31, not 35. Underwhelming as a 3rd pick of the 2011 class. The fact that he's only a year older than Buddy Hield, drafted 5 years before, absolutely mind-boggling. A prototypical traditional undersized big can hang around for another season and a half. Stanley Johnson, still only 26 with the tanking Spurs, off the bench, showed heart with the Lakers, proved himself as a solid defender, but still struggled shooting the ball. The former A pick was looked upon as Detroit's next big star, only to nearly have his NBA career end before LA gave him a shot before Christmas of last season. Can still get his game together, will have 3 more years in his 20s after this season. The time is ticking. Bobby Portis of the Milwaukee Bucks, many think he's around 30. Took a while for him to find his niche. Only 27 in his prime, has come a long way from his Bulls days, which gave him a bad rap to his name, but a chance to win another title playing alongside the best player in the game. Honorable mentions, Miles Turner, still only 26, feels like he's been in trade rumors for half a decade now. Frank Ntilikina, age 24, some thought he might be 26. While not in the NBA, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, 29, now hasn't played since the bubble. Last time he played was 26. Mo Harkless, a free agent, also 29. It's an absolute travesty. He's not signed with any team by now. I'm confident somebody picks up Mo within the next 6 months. Noah Vonleh got cut by the Spurs, still 27. Talen Horton-Tucker, 22, but seems like 25 given how much he was talked about with the Lakers. Anthony Davis doesn't turn 30 until March. And Nerlens Noel somehow 28 and not 32. Thank you so much for watching this video. Which NBA players are you most shocked by that were older than you expected? Who are some players younger than expected that still surprises you? I'd love to get your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. I love all of you. See you next time.